Hey everyone, and welcome to the inaugural Kyler Moe's Fan Club Top 5 Fish. So this is our summer edition of the Kyler Moe's Fan Club, where we keep track of Kyler's favorites throughout the year and throughout the years. So for the summer, we're doing top 5 fish, and Kyler made sure that we specify it's top 5 bony fish only. So no sharks. Um, they will qualify for the wild card round that we have in the fall. But for the summer, we are doing top 5 fish, and they got to be bony fish to be included. So, without further ado, I'm Steven Spencer, of course, the PR person for the Kyler Moe's Fan Club. And let's get going. So, first off, where is Captain Kyler? Well, she is back in Alaska working for Uncruise this summer. She is a nature guide working on the Wilderness Discoverer, doing a bunch of adventures from Juneau back to Juneau, and then from Juneau to Ketchikan to go to Glacier Bay National Park and all sorts of other cool places like Shrimp and Clue, where I happen to have some beautiful adventures myself with our fearless leader. So she is back there in her element, sharing her passion with so many people who are so lucky to get to be in her presence. And look how happy she is. Isn't that just the most amazing smile? That's why we're all Kyler Moe's Fan Club fans, I think. Okay, so let's start with number 5. We got Gunnels, and that is Bolus Leda. I'm going to butcher almost all of these, I think. I was going through this list, and I was like, all of these taxonomical names this go around are extra fucking weird. So Bolus Leda, which actually might not be that bad. That's a gunnel right there. These fish or fishes hide in rock pools or tiny crevices under rocks or in vegetation. They may even emerge fully from water at low tide, which I think is fucking nuts. Truly a fish out of water. And they are apparently able to breathe air not submerged, according to the Alaska Department of Fish and Game. So that is a beautiful gunnel. Gunnels have a close place in my heart because there was one time where Kyler was telling me that it was really special that she got to always love sharing her day with me, and then one time, especially when she shared with me how excited she was to see Gunnels and how excited I was. It's just another reason why it's so cool that our passions line up with each other, and it's so amazing getting to experience her passion for the nature around her. And it's so cool that she's back in Alaska now getting to see Gunnels again. So that's Folus Leda, the Gunnels. The next one, number 4, we got garden eels. I've seen these little dudes before. I don't think I ever knew they were called garden eels. They're from I believe it's I think it's a subfamily, is the Heterocongrinae. Congrinae are type of eel, and the garden eels are specifically Heterocongrinae. And they live in little burrows on the seafloor, and they get their name from the behavior of poking their heads from their burrows while most of their bodies remain hidden. I think that's pretty fucking cool. I read that they can get up to be like 45 inches-ish long, though most of them are only about 24 inches. But can you imagine? Some of those get up to be about 4 feet long. That's fucking big. And it seems really cool to be a garden eel because it looks like they're just hanging out with all their homies. I bet they're just vibing, chilling, shooting the breeze, admiring each other's spots. Look at this one guy in the back. He's got a whole different pattern. I wonder if they're all homies. I wonder if they fight. I hope they don't. Maybe they just bicker. Maybe. I don't know. I'm assuming they're friends. I like to think they're friends. And they can come chill in my garden any day. Well, maybe not, because my garden's probably going to be above ground, so they would probably hate it. But if I can ever have an underwater garden, they're in for sure. Heterocongrinae, number 4. Okay, number 3, we've got the giant kelpfish, and that is Heterostichus rostratus. Yeah, I think I got that one pretty good. Heterostichus rostratus. It's a fun fact. It is 1.5 times larger on average than the large kelpfish. The largest giant kelpfish was about 24 inches, and the largest large kelpfish was about 16 inches. And here's another fun fact. The large kelpfish isn't even in the same taxonomical family. They are in the same order, but they are not in the same family. And the giant kelpfish is the only fish in its genus. So that's pretty neat. It's a unique fella and a handsome devil too. So that is our number 3 for this year. Number 2, we've got Cockney sockeye salmon. So Cockney is a specific sockeye salmon I have learned, and they are called, their taxonomical name is Oncorhinchus, right? Oncorhinchus nurka. Very cool. Um, look at these dudes. Look how they're opening their mouths. A couple of bad layers over here. Similar to most Pacific salmon, sockeye salmon are semiparous, meaning they die after spawning once, which is pretty metal, if you ask me. Some sockeye are called kokanee, and they do not migrate to the ocean. They live their entire lives in freshwater lakes, which makes them extra special. I think that's pretty cool to be born and just hang out and then spawn once and die. A life well lived, you could say, for these little kokanee sockeye salmon. But good for them. They're vibing. I had no idea sockeye salmon looked like that. I didn't know their face curved like that at the end. I don't know how to feel about it. I like it, but I'm surprised. Honorable mentions time. Northern pike here in the top left. I like northern pike a lot. Fished for them when I was up in Canada with my dad and caught a ton of them, and they just have some scary looking teeth. Oh my goodness. But they are super cool and they can get really, really big. And they just look badass. So that's going to be my honorable mention, or one of them. And then we have the blue cod. I got to include blue cod. I'm surprised blue cod didn't make the list. This is a similar snub that I was surprised about, as well as kind of similar to the weka. Not the weka, the Kia. It didn't make the birds list. But it is an honorable mention this year, and it's an honorable mention because when our fearless leader, Kyler, was in New Zealand, one of the first fish she fell in love with, one of the many fish she fell in love with, because she loves her fish, was Sweet Prince, who was a blue cod that would come by from time to time. I unfortunately did not get to meet Sweet Prince in person, but I very much appreciated him for the happiness that he brought Kyler. It was really, really fun waking up in the mornings when it was like nighttime for Kyler and asking if she saw Sweet Prince that day. And then eventually Clementine came to town and kind of usurped Sweet Prince's spot, but he still holds a sweet place in my heart, and I'm sure in Kyler's too. And then there's, of course, Denver, who is, to me, the number 1 fish. She is truly a fish. She loves to play fetch and could swim all day, to a point that it's actually a little concerning. I'm like, are you tired? You should come out. And she said, nope, I'm going to keep going. So Denver is an honorable mention. She is a fish. And she's a very cute fish too. Okay, so number 1, are you ready? Everyone get your guesses in right now. Ready? A little drum roll. I don't know if you can hear it because I think my AirPods cancel out the sound, but you can kind of see the shaking. All right, 3, 2, 1. The 2024 number 1 bony fish is the banded wrasse, which is Notolabris fujicola, like Coca-Cola. Notolabrus fujicola. Nice. Say that 5 times fast. The banded wrasse, they are very beautiful fish, obviously. And they are generalist predators with powerful canine teeth. Very cool. Reminds me of the northern pike. That's actually what reminded me of the northern pike for the honorable mention. And that enables them to remove chitons, limpets, which I don't know what a limpet is, but it sounds like a crumpet. But these guys are not British. They are around New Zealand. And barnacles from rocks. They can also crush and eat mollusks, which is crazy. Crabs and sea urchins. And they're very territorial, which is really cool because you end up seeing them a lot around piers and stuff where there's other fish. So, yeah, there's a ton of them, and they're relatively easy to come in contact with and see. And I know that Kyler absolutely loves them. And how could she not? They're fantastic. But they are our number one. Not only does Kyler love them, she loves them the most this year. So they are our number one bony fish for 2024. So congratulations to the banded wrasse. And where does that leave us? Oh my God. I picked out this photo for the ogre-faced spider, and it still scares me. So update on the 2024 Critter of the Year race. We have from our winter edition, which is the first of the year. That is going to our black cap chickadee, of course. And then in the spring, we had our insects and arachnids, our little guys, right? And that went to the ogre-faced spider, who looks menacing there. Look at those eyes. Like, what? He's a cool looking spider, I'm not going to lie. And now we have the banded wrasse for our fish in the summer. We have one more season to go through, and that's going to be our wild card episode, which is going to be great. I don't even know what's going to happen. I have a feeling there's going to be some sharks involved, at least one. But Kyler can go anywhere with that list, so I'm very excited to see what she comes up with. I think it'll, of course, be probably the hardest one to come up with. It's going to be all the critters that don't fit into these neat topics. So be sure to stay tuned. Get your jean jackets on for that one coming on September 21st, 3 months from now when it's fall. And then at the end of the year in December, we're going to have a face off of the 4 winners. And we're going to declare the first critter of the year. Very exciting. Gotta stay tuned. Yeah, that's it. So thank y'all so much for watching. If you made it this far, your Crocs are in the mail. And yeah, I will see you guys at the next meeting of the Kyler Mose Fan Club again in September, where we will find out who the 4th contender is for Critter of the Year. I can't wait. All right. Bye, y'all.